Hi everybody, I wanted to go over the materials that were in the packet pickup today. So I'll go through each item one at a time and then show you which folder it should go into and then whether or not you should leave what was already in the folder in there or whether you should remove it. So one of the first things you'll see is a spelling packet. It will be labeled with red folder. So what you can do is find their blending folder. You can take out any used pages and just go ahead and replace them with the new ones, and you can go ahead and recycle the old ones. We don't need those anymore. So that's spelling pages for our blending folder. For our yellow folder, you'll have a paperclip packet of our sentence builders. So what you can do is you can actually remove the old sentence builders. We already completed them this week. Recycle those, go ahead and put in the new sentence builders. And you're also going to see on the back of the sentence builders, there's going to be two sheets that are in plastic covers. One is called a journal helper and the other one is our vowels. It has our short and long vowels. So I would go ahead and put these in the front. So before you put in your sentence builders, go ahead and make sure that you have your journal helper in the front. The second page can be the vowels, and then you can go ahead and put in the sentence builders. These are going to be some reference sheets that we'll use for writing and language arts. So that's for the yellow folder. As a part of the yellow folder, some of the reading groups got two packets. So depending on your child's reading group, they may or may not have gotten these packets. One says nonfiction daily book log, and the other says fiction daily book log. So one has magnifying glass, and then the other has a castle. So these two can actually just go in the front pocket of the yellow folder because these will be used in some of our guided reading groups. So again, not every student got these, only some groups have them. It will go into the yellow folder and it can just be put in the front or the back pocket. It doesn't really matter. And we'll go over these when we get back from break. Next will be our calendars. We have a December and January calendar. It says green folder. So our calendar folder has our months of the year. You could go ahead and pull out the, not November yet, because actually we'll use November for, of course, the day we get back from break will be our last day of November. And you can pull out the old calendars if you still have them from September and October. And you can go ahead and get ready and put these ones inside the green folder so that we can get our calendar folder updated. Next will be the poems for our poetry folder. We'll say purple folder on it. The poetry folder can actually just keep the poems. You can keep all the poems that we've already done. We're just going to keep adding to the collection. So by the end of the year, kids will have a nice collection of poems. So go ahead and just add these in. Don't pull out the old ones. Just go ahead and add them in. I believe there's maybe 4 or 5 poems that will get us through January when we get back from our winter break. Students will also be getting a brand new green journal. So this will be our mostly December, January journal. So their orange journals can be put to the side, and these will be the ones that we start using on the Monday that we get back from Thanksgiving break. There will be a packet of the math worksheets, the ones that we do one a day. Those can be put into the blue math folder. So students should have their math warm-up still in the front, their rainbow facts to 10 and their doubles. And what they can do is you can actually pull out all of the ones that they finish. If they still don't have them all finished, leave the ones that they're not done with. You can put those back in and then go ahead and then put these ones behind those. And students should be doing one of these a day during their long lunch break. Or if they don't finish it, they can also do it after school. So again, these math pages go into the blue math folder. There will also be a packet of kind of a variety of things that will go into our black folder. This was given out at the last pickup. And what you'll see is there's a winter packet. This will be kind of for you to use at your discretion. I will talk about it in class. There's just kind of a mix of coloring, math, writing, phonics, kind of just a mismatch of different kinds of winter activities. So if students finish something early, if their Lexia is not working or their Epic won't load or they can't get onto some other program for the day, they can always go into their math packet because it'll have some things that we're working on in class and things that are review that they can work on independently. You will also see 2 pages. One will be a Christmas tree, and each student will get a different sweater, holiday sweater. So they should have 2 of those. There should be a couple blank white pages that we'll be using for some art. We'll have some pen pal pages because I'm looking for us to do our next pen pal letter sometime, hopefully in December. There will be a little gingerbread half sheet book, and then a little gingerbread paper house that we will be working on. We're going to be doing a 2-week gingerbread unit, not the week we get back from break, but the week after that, and then the week right before we go on our winter break. So that'll go along with our gingerbread unit. So all of those things can just be put right into the pocket of the black folder, and we'll just kind of use them one at a time. If they're all just kept in the same place, they'll be easy to find. Last is each child got a book bag. So based on their reading levels, students will have their reading level of those books that were sent home. And these should hopefully last between when we get back from Thanksgiving break and then through the first week of January. So there are different amounts of books. Again, it just depends on the reading level. The reading level sometimes is on the back. Sometimes it's just a number. So sometimes you will not see the actual level. Some levels you will see the actual letter. And students should be keeping these all inside their book bag. So they can go through, they can kind of browse and see what they're going to be reading. That is totally fine with me. But ultimately, these need to stay inside their book bag, and they need to be fully accessible each day during our reading group block, which will fall between 10 a.m. and 10:45. Not every student will meet with me every single day. And not every student will meet with me starting at 10 o'clock. I will keep pulling them in and out of the waiting room while they're working on Lexia and Epic. But these need to be accessible because these will be the books that we are mainly going to use for reading groups. They'll be doing Epic independently. That'll be when I'm not working with them, and when they're not on Lexia, they will need to be independently on Epic every single day. So if you're still having trouble getting on Epic, please reach out to me because I need to have students getting on to Epic every single day. And I highly recommend pinning that tab at the top each morning, or just have it kind of permanently pinned so that students can just click. Their books will be assigned to them. I will be putting books in their account each week, and those are the books they can read. If they finish early, they can read them again. They can take the quizzes. They can have the books read to them. So we want to make sure that kids are getting on Lexia and Epic every single day for about 15 minutes for both. And again, having their book bag books accessible. And these are also, the book bag books will be able to be read also like in the evenings, at lunchtime. So if they need an extra 10 minutes of reading because they couldn't get onto Epic for some reason, they can also read their book bag books. That's what's great about them, is that they don't require any technology. They can just go ahead and read them at any time. So I'm very glad that each student will now have their own set of books. We are asking that these books in the book bag be returned at the next pickup. We'll talk more about that later, but we want to make sure that these aren't written on, drawn on, not torn, because we are going to have to do a book exchange between our class and the other classes that are all using these books as well. I forgot to mention, there are a couple groups that got folders that were either a purple or green folder. I don't have them in front of me right now, but they will say Bob Books on them, and they are typed up in a folder. Only a few groups got those books, and those need to also stay wherever your book bag books are for your child. They need to stay with those because those will also be used during our reading groups. So I hope that I covered everything. If for some reason you are missing something that I just went over, please let me know. I will make sure that I leave it up in the office for you. And if you were unable to pick up your packet today, all of the materials were left up in the front office, and you can pick them up at any time. They'll be waiting for you and labeled with your child's name. So I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving break. I hope you have a really nice week off with your families. And I look forward to seeing everybody when we get back on Monday, November 30th. Take care.